Disclaimer. This presentation was created solely for academic coursework purposes. While the concept discussed refers to the Home Depot, it was developed independently and without the permission, endorsement, or involvement of the Home Depot. The content presented does not represent the views, policies, practices, or positions of the Home Depot, nor those of its parent or subsidiary companies, partners, shareholders, or employees past or present. Any ideas, analysis, or conclusions expressed are strictly those of the author.
Hall meeting. Today's conversation is about operational readiness, but more importantly, it's about people, trust, and continuity. In tool rental and repair, readiness is not just about tools being available. It's about having the right knowledge, the right coverage, and the right communication at the moment our customers and partners need us most. This session explains why change is necessary, what's changing, and how it benefits you, whether you're an associate, a leader, a customer, or a partner. We're excited to get everyone together today to chat about the new policy that takes effect on February 1st, 2026, and also to talk about the leadership changes that make it all happen. This policy is all about helping us to build the processes, practices, and behaviors that can sometimes slip away when we're too comfortable with what we already do well. The operational readiness policy is here to make sure we're all set up to handle those perfect storms we know way too well. So why now with operational readiness? Well, we understand that our stakeholders can be significantly impacted if D78 faces critical equipment, resource availability, and technical skills shortages. To ensure we're ready for these situations, we've put in place a system to plan and prepare. This isn't just this year, but it will be a regular part of our operations. Essentially, we're going to encourage ourselves to develop the habits that will benefit those we serve the most. Let's talk a bit about culture. The Home Depot has always built a culture of engagement, accountability, and customer focus. Within tool rental, that culture shows up as flexibility on the floor, consistency in service, and deep external focus on helping customers succeed. Using the competing values framework, our team sits at the intersection of clan, adhocracy, and market cultures. In short, we collaborate closely, adapt quickly, and hold ourselves accountable to performance and results. However, recent assessments have revealed gaps in our operational readiness. These gaps are not about effort. They're about structure, cross-training, communication flow, and leadership continuity. The issues we're addressing are the risks created when specialized knowledge, leadership availability, and operational processes are too centralized or undocumented. When staffing shortages occur, leaders are unavailable, or when tools and systems are misaligned, the result is operational strain. That strain impacts associate confidence, customer experience, and ultimately business continuity. Doing nothing is not neutral. Doing nothing is choosing inconsistency. The solution is not a single fix. Instead, it's a coordinated system built on cooperation and innovation. Cooperation shows up through cross-training, shared ownership, and clear escalation paths. Innovation shows up through experiential learning, improved tracking systems, and redesigned workflows that reduce friction rather than add bureaucracy. This approach is supported by experiential learning, emphasizing learning through doing, reflection, and application, and by systems-based organization thinking that treats readiness as an ecosystem, not a checklist. Operational readiness cannot exist without leadership readiness. This policy deliberately embeds leadership development into daily operations. Leaders are not only responsible for oversight, but also for coaching, knowledge transfer, and succession planning. By developing better communications, solid foundational knowledge, decision trees, and decentralized approval processes for non-critical actions, we can reduce bottlenecks and empower leaders at every level with confidence. Let's talk for a moment about the policy and its implementation. The intention of the policy, as I stated before, is to get us in the habit of doing things a little bit better, and to allow us as a team to react and respond quickly and more effectively when we have to. I want to touch on 3 key elements of the framework that the rental and repair operational readiness policy establishes for us. The first is standardized procedures and documentation. I bet we've all been in a situation where the team is juggling everything at once. And just when you think you've got it under control, something else pops up, like a unicorn. It's a situation that no one on the team has faced before, and of course all the managers are battling fires in other parts of the store. That's why we've made it a priority to standardize, maintain, and to make station level procedures and references easily accessible as part of this policy. We don't expect everyone to know everything, but our associates should have the tools and resources they need to guide them when we can't. It's like a fire drill. We don't need to use them often, but we can almost guarantee everyone knows how to find the fire emergency information in their workplace just in case. This policy requires the operation groups to regularly get together for tactical reviews and validation of not just the procedures and workflows, but their supporting documentation as well. By including everyone, we bring all the perspectives to the table, and we help improve best practices and identify any gaps that may exist. Gaps often occur as regulations, systems, and technologies change. Next, we want to strengthen internal communication. Poor communication leaves our team open to errors that can cost us money, and in the case of data and privacy, for example, violates the law. So it's a good idea to take a look at how we communicate. When it's easy to access and the information is timely, we can make better informed decisions on behalf of our customers and in the best interest of the organization. The policy suggests using the systems we already have in place to make our communications better. The ways in which we communicate brings different people using the same language together. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it does need to be planned and it does need to be practiced. For instance, in agile project teams, the stand-up meeting is the standard way of keeping everyone up to date on what's going on, changes in priority, and other issues that might affect project delivery. Since solutions and service delivery is central to D78, a similar approach might help move us in the right direction. Improving our communication will also have a significant impact on several crucial areas of the policy as well, including managing associate workloads and skills development, as well as enhancing and tracking and coordination of external equipment. Finally, we're working on making escalation and override authority cleaner. This is a big concern for customers, especially for those who are regulars and have multiple jobs running simultaneously, each needing different contracts. Right now, you have to wait for a manager to approve each contract at tool rental. But what if we could use existing technology and a similar process to quickly communicate the request, share the supporting data so that the manager can make an informed decision, and then facilitate the completion of the request from anywhere in the store? Or if we started the process earlier in the contract cycle, allowing the manager time to review and make a decision, and also lessening the impact to the customer for waiting. These are just examples, but collaborating and communicating can bring great ideas, and our associates have a ton of them. This policy is preventative, inclusive, and collaborative by design. It is intended to catch risks early, address them intentionally, and ensure that the team is never operating in a reactive mode. In developing this policy, we needed to understand how these changes might impact those we come in contact with. Our analysis identified two major stakeholder groups. Internal stakeholders include associates and leaders within the organization that could impact or are impacted by the tool rental team. For associates, this policy means clarity, support, and growth opportunities. For leaders, it means more consistency, coverage, and better decision-making tools. Our external stakeholders include customers, vendors, and industry partners. For this group, especially for our customers, it means reliability, transparency, and service continuity. Operational readiness is not about control. It's about creating confidence. As we close, I'd like to leave you with a quick thought. It's important to remember that this policy can only work if we allow it to guide us. Our role in this change is participation, candid, honest feedback, and open-minded collaboration. Together, we can move from individual strengths to shared expertise. Thank you all for your commitment to each other, to this change, and to our customers. I'll see you out on the apron.